And now,
this is Jeremy Housewright of your Gate City Blue Devil football team, and you are listening to the home of the Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
This is Michael Calhoun, speaking on behalf of the Gate City football and track team. We would like to thank you for listening to Gate City Sports Radio, home of the Blue Devils.
This is Luke Reed of the Gate City football, basketball, and soccer teams, and you're listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio. Go Big Blue.
This is Suzanne Moore of the Gate City Cross Country and Track teams, and you are listening to the home of the Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio. Let's go, Blue.
We are the Gate City Cheerleaders, and you're listening to the home of the Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
you are listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you may be and however you may be listening to us. Want to say thank you for making us a part of your Wednesday night. You're listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio. I'm Joe Carter along with Chris Carr. We're broadcasting you live from the Campus Drive-In here on Kane Street for our Blue Devils Live weekly radio show. Tonight, we're going to review the football action from around the region last week, including our tremendous battle with Union last Friday night. Then we'll take a quick look at the week's upcoming matchups in the TSSAA and the VHSL playoff grind up. Yeah, there we go. The gridiron matchups. And we'll have a quick preview of the upcoming boys and girls basketball seasons. We'll talk a little bit with some of our coaches and guests that we've got here. And, of course, we'll always finish things up with the world-famous Tweet It or Delete It. But before we move any farther, got to bring in the man, the myth, the legend. He is Chris the Hammer Carr. How are you tonight, fine sir?
Joe, tired doesn't even begin to describe it. But it's all good. It's all good. Glad to be back.
Glad to be back. And like I said, a big week last week. We'll jump right into it. We do have the man, the myth. He's not the legend as of yet. I mean, because you're here. But
I don't know. I would pass the legend status off gladly.
You think so?
Definitely.
All right, we want to bring him in. He's the head coach of your Blue Devils. He is Coach Jeremy Housewright. Coach, how are you tonight?
I'm doing okay.
Big ball game, great ball game, a lot of effort last week. Talk to us a little bit about the ball game from Friday night in Union and your thoughts.
The kids, they lifted all that on the field. They tried to do everything we asked them to do, and the most important thing was how hard they played and how much passion they played with last Friday night. I mean, it was pretty remarkable. I'm proud of them.
Of course, you all fought back and forth. There was a little bit of adversity in the first quarter. I know there was a muff punt and a turnover, but you all fought through it and had the lead at halftime. What was your message at halftime talking to the kids?
We just told them to trust the process and keep going with it and, just focus a little bit more and execute a little bit better, and we're going to have a shot to win this ball game. And I thought we did that.
And you did all the way to the very end. Coach, Union made some remarks in the paper that you all really caught them off balance with your game plan. Again, you went in and Luke had 173 yards, I think, passing, 3 touchdowns. When did that sort of formulate during the off week, or what was your thoughts as the game plan that you unveiled against the Bears?
Well, as we went on through the year, about halfway through, Coach Reed started installing some of the spread offense and what we were doing, and we had some opportunities to work on it, a few ball games, and during the open week, the more film he studied and watched, he said we were going to throw it a little bit more, and he had a great game plan, and I think Coach Jones and the rest of his staff did a good job of helping him implement it, and working on pass blocking, and Coach Reed was breaking it down for Luke, and I thought Luke did a great job with it. I mean, had 2 weeks to work on it, and Luke, his first-year quarterback, he's played 11 ball games, and the growth that he made throughout the year is remarkable. And, just hats off to Luke and hats off to Coach Reed, and, they had a good game plan.
It was a gutsy call. I mean, you took an all-region running back and made him a quarterback, and, of course, like I said, he had 10 touchdown passes on the season. It was. You did well, Coach. It was a great game plan that you all installed. And looking back on the season now, you've had a few days to think about it. What's some things that you've taken away from this year's Blue Devil team?
Just the seniors in particular, the work ethic they had, and, the heart. they led by example first, and everybody else started falling into place. And we just had a great group of guys, 34 kids, and all of them came to work every day, and we battled, and they battled all year long, and just proud of them. They stepped up to the standard that's at Gate City, and a bunch of people thinks it's a lot of wins, state championships, but no, the standard's playing with heart, playing with pride, and just letting your play reflect your appreciation for the tradition that was before you. So I mean, that's the best thing about this year. Those kids, they remembered that they played at Gate City, and they played like it. So I thought they represented us well.
A lot of fans on the Union side, of course. I was right above them. They were pretty nervous. They were talking about what's going on. I mean, how can Gate City, like you said, it's back to the level of competitive every Friday night. And hats off to you and your staff. Coach, as you get now, you've got through the season. What's the off season look like for you all? Just weights, or do you all go to camps, or what's some thoughts about the off season coming up?
And first thing, we got to get in the weight room. We got to get all them guys coming back. We got to get them in the weight room and get some of our younger guys that played on the middle school team. We got to get in there and go to work first and foremost. And then, this summer, before this summer, we'll sit down and see what we need to do as far as camps go and 7-on-7s and all that stuff.
Good deal. Well, Coach, got 2,000 Blue Devil fans listening to you. We ask you every week, what do you want to tell them?
Thanks for supporting the kids this year. Thanks for coming out to all the games and being loud and representing Gate City the way it's supposed to be represented and the way they've always done it. And just thanks for the support all year long. You had those kids back, and I think they played hard for you.
Coach, I know that one question you remiss to we asked you. Now, who is your celebrity crush? I didn't know. You didn't answer that on air the other night. Who was that again?
That would be Miss Kelly Housewright.
Very good. Trained well, Coach. Trained well. So we're going to save you from the questions tonight. I mean, we put you through enough on the season, Coach. We thank you so much for what you've done and again, being open with us and allowing us to take this ride with you, and wish you nothing but good success here in the off season. And like I said, we'll have you on some more, but I believe you'll be involved with some more winter sports coming up. Is that right?
We've got basketball getting ready to roll around here.
Basketball season is rolling around. So with that, we'll turn it over to
Coach Housewright.
And she is
I think they're trying to decide what they're going to order from the campus tonight.
And again, want to say thank you to the Campus Drive-In, a great sponsor.
Might I recommend the cheeseburger?
You always take a few down. So she is in the Rocco High School Sports Hall of Fame. She's in the Emory and Henry Sports Hall of Fame, and soon to be probably in the Virginia High School League Sports Hall of Fame. She is head coach of your Lady Devils. She is Coach Kelly Housewright. How are you tonight, Coach?
Good. How are you?
Doing well. All right. Basketball season is upon us. You've started practice. Talk to us a little bit about the 2019-20 Lady Devils.
Well, we're a work in progress. We've been practicing about a week and a half. We scrimmaged Saturday. We've seen some good things, but we've seen a lot of things we really need to work on. And, the kids have been competing, and that's what we're looking for right now.
So, again, 10-person roster. Talk a little bit about some of the returners coming back and maybe some of the new faces that the fans get to know this year.
Well, we've got 4 seniors, Samantha Gerald, Kendall Quillen, Hannah Davidson, and Bailey Jones. And then we have Sarah Thompson as a junior, Macy Mullins and Riley Housewright, sophomores, and all those girls were on the team last year. Our newbies are Lexi Irvin, Braylon Steele, and Kaylee Dunn, and they're freshmen. So, we've got some good players coming back, but we've also got, some kids coming up who are good skilled players and who play a lot of basketball and love the game of basketball, but they're still learning right now. And I think hopefully as the season progresses, they're going to show a lot of growth throughout the year as soon as they get some experience under their belt. So.
kind of a guard-centric team, it looks like. So we're going to be going full court pressure all the 100% of the time this year, or?
Well, that's what we do. So, this year we're going to have to do that even more, just because we are lacking in some size. But I feel like we're athletic and we can get up and down the floor. But like I said, we still got a lot to learn, and our schedule is tough. So I don't know if
we were just talking about that before you all came in. It's
a gauntlet, really, starting out for sure.
Well, it is. Of course, the Mountain 7 is considered to be the toughest district in the state. You all have represented, you've had a representative there in the Final Four the last 8 years. Is that right now?
That is true.
And I think 5 state championships from it. Of course, you all were in it, a few years back. Talk to us a little bit about the schedule. What are some teams that you think maybe in the Mountain 7 that's going to be kind of rough for you, or that you look forward to playing maybe?
Well, they're all going to be rough if we're not ready to play. You know how our district is. If you're not ready to play, you can get beat any night. But on paper, really, Union and Abingdon only lost one player off the roster. And then they'll get some kids from their JV teams, which will help them, I think. And to me, they're going to be, on paper, the top 2 teams, but just because based on what they've lost. And Ridgeview's always going to be Ridgeview, and I think they got a transfer. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know a lot about her, but they had some good young kids coming on last year, and they got some experience under their belt. So I think they're going to be competitive. They always are. And, of course, you still have Y Central. They lost all 5 starters and, off of the state championship team. They're always going. Robin does a great job with them. So he gets the best out of what he's got. So I don't think you can ever count them out of anything. And then John Battle, we always struggle with John Battle. So they play hard and they're scrappy and they get after it. And then, you got Lehigh. So it doesn't get any easier year in and year out. One year you may think you've got an edge on somebody, but you really don't. You really don't, because if you don't show up to play, you won't win. So. And
you all did a great job. Like last year, you had some signature wins over like a Science Hill, and you played well. Of course, basically got robbed in the regional quarterfinals, but I don't want to go there.
You're not bitter still over that.
Yeah, I'm very bitter about that. But anyway, we've got a young lady with us here, Miss Sam Jarrell, senior this year. So, Miss Sam, first of all, thank you for coming back to actually with us. You interviewed with us a little bit earlier in the season. How's everything going?
That was good.
So talk about, this is your senior year. You've been through the ups and the downs of the program, seems like. Talk to us a little about, you're finally here as a senior. What's it meant to you, and what's your expectations for the year?
I played with a bunch of great players, and I'm really excited for this year to play with the younger kids coming up. They're really good athletes. I think we have a really good team that can do great things this year.
4 seniors on the team, and talking about the district, and is there anybody you like to play, or you see as your kind of rival, and anything like that?
I think everyone's a rival for Gate City, but I like playing them all.
So, which I know she's going to look at you when I ask this. Which one do you like better, offense or defense?
Defense.
There you go. that was loaded from the get-go. Coach, you play. Talking about your schedule, you all play in the Doc Mabels tournament.
We do.
So, who are some teams that's in that this year? I have not looked at as
I should have sent you the bracket. I'm sorry. We open up with Sullivan South on December the 19th, I believe, at 4 o'clock. And in our bracket, in the lower half of our bracket, Riverdale, Tennessee.
Out of Murfreesboro.
We'll play Virginia High. So if we win, or I don't know who we'll play, but we'll play one of those 2 teams in the next round. But there's some good competition, and I think they're really trying to turn that into like a girls' Arby's per se. So, and they're going and trying to recruit some good teams to come in, and obviously Riverdale, Tennessee is they've won the state championship Tennessee the last 3 years in a row. So.
Coach, one thing I was wanting to ask you, I was thinking about this last year, and the opportunity never came up. You all did really well at the start of the season, I thought, particularly against the Tennessee teams. How do you prepare going into that? They started last night, And your first game's against Daniel Boone in Gray. How do you prepare for that? Do you do a lot of hard scrimmaging, or what necessarily do you do to get ready?
Well, we just try to make our practices harder than games, and hopefully that will help prepare us against those teams, because